While Robert Whittaker recently claimed to have learned from his mistakes at UFC 243, Israel Adesanya isn't buying it and stating that he will F the Australian up again. Just over 2 years ago, Israel Adesanya halted Robert Whittaker in his tracks, ruining the New-Zealand-born Australian's maiden championship defense in Australia with a spectacular second-round knockout. Whittaker will have an opportunity to avenge that setback now that he has charted his own path back to the championship contention, but Adesanya has a harsh message for the now 31-year-old. First, coming up with a strategy to beat Israel. Adesanya has only lost once since his victory against Whittaker, a unanimous decision loss to Jan Blachowicz after briefly moving up a weight class. While Whittaker isn't taking too many cues from the Pole's victory, he has taken a few cues from Blachowicz's strategy, notably his usage of a full skill set. Adesanya, on the other hand, warned that putting too much emphasis on Blachowicz's model may backfire. Adesanya said that the last time he claimed Kelvin Gastelum has provided the blueprint on how to beat Adesanya, and now he's saying Jan has given the blueprint, but he really just needs to build his own plan. If he wants to try to imitate someone else's work, he may, because it worked so successfully for him the last time they clashed. Whittaker may have learned from his mistakes from the previous fight for a round or two, but Adesanya is confident he will repeat them. He won't know where to turn after he feels what he felt the previous time. Also, the last time he saw Adesanya, he didn't even grapple with him. He didn't even feel him. Adesanya went on to say that if you asked any of his prior opponents, they would all agree that once Whittaker feels him in a grapple, he will once again be shook. Next, Whittaker's ego got the best of him. Whittaker has subsequently admitted that his ego got the best of him in the build-up to his bout with Adesanya, something that the Kiwi said he knew from the start. At the time, Adesanya stated that he was aware Whittaker was acting out of character and not being himself. People kept telling Adesanya what a good guy Whittaker is, but in his perspective, he isn't, since the public doesn't witness what goes on behind the scenes. And now that Whittaker has made it public information that it was his ego that got the best of him, Adesanya has just one thing to say: I told you so. Now we have training. Adesanya admitted to noticing some changes in Whittaker's game, but said they were not as dramatic as his own, predicting an even more impressive victory than his first at UFC 243. The Kiwi stated that this is one of the greatest camps he has attended, and while he still has a long way to go in terms of training, simply being there and having fun is essential. But he's looking forward to the job in this one, and he's looking forward to coming at him. This time, no corners were cut. It's made him even more determined to do it again, and even more decisively, if that's even possible. That's his drive for this fight, to get up and beat him again in a more terrible manner. Let's talk about John Kavanagh. Conor McGregor's longtime coach and one of the most respected voices in combat sports, John Kavanagh, is also tipping Adesanya to win, even though he doesn't want to, saying he hates having to pick one over the other because they're both fantastic fighters, according to Kavanagh, who spoke to Fox Sports' Fight Week. However, because of the way they match up, he would definitely lean towards Israel winning just like he did last time. He went on to explain that he enjoys watching Whittaker because he is simply that head-down, hard-working man, and that all of his tremendous skills come from long hours in the gym pushing himself. Israel may be more endowed in the sense that things come to him more easily, but it doesn't mean it won't be a close contest, perhaps 55-45. It's almost there. Whittaker has had fantastic victories since that setback, but Izzy is truly exceptional. Since he moved up a weight class, he's only had one slip. Otherwise, he's been terrific, and he simply has an aura of invincibility about him, as well as a fluidity of movement that makes him a delight to watch. Now, in other news, Chad Mendes is finally going to make his BKFC debut, and he is reportedly being compensated well for his efforts. Mendes hasn't fought since UFC 232 in 2018, and he retired in the summer of 2019. Money recently revealed his intention to come back and sign with BKFC, where he will meet Joshua Alvarez in a 155-pound contest on February 19th at BKFC Knucklemania 2. Mendes is unsure if he would fight without gloves or not, but he's willing to give it a go. If he doesn't like it, that'll be his only fight in BKFC. Chad Mendes says he's not sure whether he'll like it, but he's getting paid nicely for his fight. He said that he will be paid more than Francis Ngannou received for his UFC 270 heavyweight championship defense against Cyril Gane, which was $600,000. Chad Mendes earned some of his money from sponsorships. He claims that sponsors have been giving him a lot of money, which he was unable to accomplish in the UFC. Next, Tamerlan Timirov versus Alexander Yenshin. Every face-off in the build-up to a boxing match or martial arts battle has a tense, frequently provocative, or even violent atmosphere, but this one between Tamerlan Timirov and Alexander Yenshin took it to a whole new level. The combatants were squabbling as part of the introduction of their hardcore HFC battle, that's Russian MMA, and things quickly escalated. As they squared off, the duo exchanged insults, and then, before Yenshin could respond, Tamirov attacked him with a left-handed strike that pushed him back, causing security and their teams to interfere. Yenshin, on the other hand, wouldn't leave it there, and once Tamirov had sat down, he raced all the way across the stage and knocked him backwards with a flying kick. This sparked further brawls as the situation threatened to erupt before the battle had even begun. This will undoubtedly have spiced up the atmosphere for when the two go at it in the ring for real. Now, we have Jorge Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal wasn't going to sit around and wait for Colby Covington to come at him with some nonsense ahead of the UFC 272 main event on March 5th. He's made a video collection depicting Covington's transformation from buddy to opponent to clown. He refers to it as the real Street Judas, a play on Covington's Street Judas moniker for Masvidal, which is itself a play on Masvidal's dubbing himself Street Jesus. It tells the story of Colby's personality evolution over time, with a few boxers taking jabs at him along the way. It even contains Colby confessing that his character is only a front to generate fights. Masvidal has promised more videos in the future, which doesn't really come as a surprise to people given his track record. Covington, in his own way, will surely respond to this as well. Next, Henry Cejudo on Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou is certain to pursue a multi-million-dollar bout against Tyson Fury, according to Henry Cejudo. Since the start of the new year, rumors of a Fury vs. Ngannou super fight have been circulating. Over the past few weeks, the two massive heavyweights have teased a fight on social media. Cejudo addressed the issue on a recent edition of the Triple C and Schmo show. According to Triple C, the only thing that is certain right now is that Ngannou will earn around $40 million if he pushes for a battle with the Gypsy King. Cejudo also stated that he expects the Predator will be smart about his career and will choose a larger paycheck. Curtis Blaydes has taken a thorough look at the UFC heavyweight class, and he views Ciryl Gane as the clear favorite for his next bout. Blaydes, rated number 5 in the current USA Today Sports MMA Junkie heavyweight rankings, turned to social media on Monday to express his wish to fight number 3 ranked Gane later this year, calling the combination logical. Blaydes, with a 15-3 MMA record and 10-3 in the UFC, has won 5 of his last 6 fights and is coming off a unanimous decision win over Yerginzo Rozenstruik at UFC 266 in September. Blaydes has only lost to Derek Lewis and reigning UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou in his UFC career. Gane, with a 10-1 MMA record and 7-1 in UFC, is coming off his first loss of the year. The Frenchman enjoyed an unbeaten run to become interim UFC champion, but he was unable to unify the belts with Ngannou at UFC 270 earlier this month, losing a unanimous decision. Gane's grappling weaknesses were highlighted in the battle with Ngannou, as he was brought down many times on his way to defeat. Blaydes has the most completed takedowns in UFC heavyweight history, and he would undoubtedly want to add to that total if the possible battle with Gane came to fruition. And that's a wrap for this video. Can Israel Adesanya defeat Robert Whittaker once again at UFC 271? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one.